issues. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the upcoming holidays and plans that people may have, different things that we could do, and just summarize a little bit of what Dr. Drew was saying. Something that he said about engaging the children, and I know how important that is. I have a little grandson, and boy, he runs me crazy. Usually I have him on Fridays, but we're putting up a whole big obstacle course for him in my backyard. So keeping the children engaged, I believe, is so important because we're hearing so many different disappointments and despair among our young people. And I think that is really very, very important to do some things like that. And even for our friends, I'm a big telephone person. And one thing that I am so happy about is that we do have not just a Zoom, but we have the technology that we can get on the phone and we can talk and talk and talk. And one of my dearest friends, I don't know how many people are voracious readers, but one of my dearest friend is a voracious reader. And so she has started with book discussions. She doesn't want to call it a book club. She calls it a book discussion. And we've just been reading some wonderful books. B.B. Campbell Moore, Terry McMillan, Isabel Wilkerson is one that we're reading now, which is The Warmth of Other Suns. So we've gotten past the first 180 days, talking about the Great Migration when Blacks left the South, moved to the East Coast, to the Midwest, to the Western states. And so we've done the first 180 days. And so now we're going to be doing the next session in January. And if it's a book you have not had an opportunity to pick up and read, I highly recommend it. It's big, thick, but fun. It's 600 and some pages, but it's so much fun to know about our history. And so that's another thing that we could do to connect. And what I love about this book discussion that we have, Selena has gathered women from around the country. Some of us have never even met, but we're from New York, we're from Georgia, we're from California, we're from Indiana, we're from Virginia. And so it's brought together all of these women who haven't met in the past other than through Selena. And now we're all networking and becoming really, really good and connected to each other. And we even had our first man on our last book discussion. So these are some other things that we could do to stay engaged with each other, to take away from some of that loneliness that you may feel. Dance, certainly dance. I love to dance, but I haven't been doing a lot. And now I see that we do have Monica on the stage so that I could get off and allow her to take over with our next session in exercise. So have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Oh, so it's all good?
We're good. So I am delighted to be here. Thank you for covering Deborah with wonderful information. And let's get started because we've lost some time. It's wonderful to be back, and it's wonderful to see how we've adapted to some new technology. And what I need to do is ask you to take a deep breath in, sit straight, hold your navel into your spine, really sit tall. Your pelvis, push it down. Here's your pubic bone, here's your pelvis, down. I've got uncomfortable clothing today, and so that you'll see me do some things, I will pull back. So you can really kind of see down, chest up. I want you to close your eyes and just take a moment to just figure out where you are in this very moment. So close your eyes so that you're blocking out everything just for a moment. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And I want you to feel the expansion in your rib cage. I want you to sit tall, pull your chin into your neck. Not that, but in, shoulders down, and exhale. And I want you to sustain your breath in for as long as you can. Your eyes are closed. You're just finding that space where you are emotionally, and you're going to focus on the breath. In through the nose. Pull your belly in deep, deep. Hold your belly deep and exhale with an open mouth. Breathe in. Tummy's tight. Back is straight. Hold your belly deep and exhale. This will be homework. One of the things I want you to learn to do is sustain your breathing. That deep breath in allows you to relax. So when you breathe in through your nose and you are just closing your eyes and kind of getting in tune with yourself, I want you to count to 1001, 1002, and try to hold that breath in. So in through the nose, one more time, you count. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Open the mouth, exhale. 1001. Try to sustain it. I can't sustain and talk to you. What I'd like for you to do, just to get us going, whatever you're feeling emotionally, if you want to stand and express that through physical movement, if you want to sit in this chair and express that feeling through physical movement, I want you to be in the moment. Whatever you're feeling this moment, if you've eaten lunch, you may feel a little lethargic. In my case, I was so tense and we're going to get it to happen. Emotionally, oh, we made it happen. I got to move. Woo! I got to move. Move. You can do it sitting. Move. Just move. Oh, I'm letting that tension go. Thanks to Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. All right. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. Now, we'll get to some real chair Pilates. The first thing I want you to do is something for your back and your spine. So we're going to put our hands on our knees, and your fingers will be straight and long, and you're going to sit tall, holding your tummy in, pubic bone down. Take your breath in through the nose. Now, exhale, drop your chin into your neck, and roll back as if someone's punching you in your gut. Your belly's tight, and you're looking down. Your fingers are reaching over the knees, so you feel a real intense stretch while you're exhaling. And then inhale, sit tall again. Exhale. Inhale. Sit tall again. Exhale. And inhale. Sit tall. Your belly stays deep. Big distinction between Pilates and yoga. Your belly's always tight in Pilates. You're always pulling the navel into the spine. Your shoulders are down almost every exercise. You're pulling the shoulder blades down the back. So sitting tall, breathe in through your nose. Open your mouth and imagine a cat back. If you were doing, we do the cat back in Pilates as well as yoga, and sit tall again. Very nice. Put your knees and thighs together. Put your feet together. Again, keep the belly tight. Keep the shoulders down. And let's just do a few shoulder rolls. So let's bring the shoulders up to the ears. Don't move your head. It's all about the shoulders moving around the neck. Take the shoulders back and then roll down. And you can say this out loud while you're doing it, because when you're talking, you're breathing. So here you go. Shoulders up. You can say it up. What's next? Back. What's next? Roll down. And here we go. Your belly's deep, shoulders up, back. Say it, Elizabeth. Roll down. And let's do one more. Shoulders up. Take them way back, but you keep them up. And then you roll down. Beautiful. Thighs and knees stay glued together. You're still sitting tall. The belly's tight. The pubic bone, the pelvis, down, chest up tall. I want you to bring your right hand up. Put it on your left knee. I want you to pull your knees to the right. Pull them hard, but glue them together. Keep your back straight. Keep pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Now, I want you to lift up. This is my arthritic hand, my elbows slightly bent, and lean over. Now, that hip on the left, don't lift that hip up. Keep that hip in the chair. And lean, lean. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Press that hip down. You feel the stretch? Pull the knees. Inhale. Exhale with an open mouth. Woo. Could you feel that? Yeah. Good. And now we're going to do the other side. We're going to take your left hand. You're going to put it on your right knee. I've had rheumatoid arthritis for 45 years, since I was 25. So yeah, figure out my age. Enjoy doing that calculation. Since I was 25. And now pull the knees to your left. Lift up your right hand and lean. I've had both my knees replaced, my right and my left. Pilates saved my life. I was told when I was about 26, a year into the disease, you're breathing, that I was going to end up in a wheelchair. Pilates saved me. And now let's flip this hand down and push. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. And see, it doesn't matter your age, your physical condition. Pilates can be modified. That's why I love it. If you're having a bad day, you can modify the workout for the bad day. And still, you continue to move. Where there is no movement, there is no life. And we're looking for life. Okay, let's hold on underneath. I've got my right leg, and look how I held on. Brought it under, I grabbed my wrist, and I'm sitting straight, and I'm pulling my thigh into my chest. Out, out, out. Replace knee, down, down, down. So I'm just showing you what Pilates out and down. 1, 2, 3, kick. Bring it down. Now, say you've got some limitations. So you're just like able to lift it to here. Modification. 1, 2, 3, kick. Down. 1, 2, 3, kick. If you need to modify, down. No modification needed. Lift. Get your chest straight. 1, 2, 3, kick. Down. 1, 2, 3, kick. Talk to me. 1, 2, 3, kick. Down. 1, 2, 3, kick. Down. 1, 2, 3, kick. Down. 1, 2, 3, we kick. Bring it down. So there's an easier way and another way. Let's go to the left. In Pilates, if you do it on one side, you do it on the other. Okay, so we're going to start with the modification. We're not too high. 1, 2, 3, kick, down. 1, 2, 3, kick, down. 1, 2, 3, kick, down. 1, 2, 3, kick, and down. Pull her up, hold under. Now, when you pull her up, don't do this. Don't pull her up and then sit like that. No go, no good. Sit straight. Bring your chest into your thigh. Now we've got to keep track of time because I'm done at 1. Would you?
1:12. I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you. I've got some great new friends over here that made this day possible. Thigh high. 1, 2, 3. Say it. Kick it. Down. 1, 2, 3. Kick. Down. Keep it up. 1, 2, 3. Kick. Down. 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 Modification. 1, 2, 3. Kick. Try to straighten the knee. 1, 2, 3. Kick. Down. 1, 2, 3. Kick. And down. Good. Let's take a deep breath in. Now sit tall. Pull your belly in. Always pull your shoulders away from your knees. One of the things that ages people is posture. If you can keep your posture in where you're straight, so when you're sitting or when you're standing, you're not like this. Your chin's not out. That's what, even if your gait is good, your walk is good, but that's no good. So you've got to line your shoulder up, and you see my elbow, this is from 45 years of rheumatoid, doesn't straighten out, but I put my shoulder right in alignment with my hip, okay? So I know now I'm straight, and I don't feel good if I'm not straight. And when we sit at computer and Zoom all day, see, that's the other bad thing that's going on right now. We're Zooming more than ever. People are working from home. And what does that mean? There you go. That's not good. I want you to bring your chin into your neck. Put your arms down at your side. Pull your shoulders down. Suck your belly in. Can you feel the difference? Just when you do that? See, tummy tight. Hold it in as deep as you can. Try to hunch over. You can take your chin down, but you can't round down. If you hold the belly deep, there's no rounding down from here. Yeah, you can take your chin down. So let's actually do a quick little neck exercise. And I call it the chicken neck. So here we go. Out, in. Now when you go out, be careful. I don't want you to do up, down. Nope. Out, in. The chin goes out, comes in. Look at this from the side. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Here's up, down. No good. Let's do a couple more. Shoulders down, belly deep. Feet are about as wide as your hips. Out, in, out, in. So you've been zooming out, in. Take a moment. Do this. Out. Are you pulling your belly in? Out and in. The other thing I want you to learn to do is pull your ribs to the center of your body. You know, you've got these two ribs, right? You want to learn to go and knit them together at the center of the body. Now, there are muscles that wrap around your rib. So those muscles, think about it. Pilates, like yoga, is part of the mind-body workout regimen. Pull them together. There you go. The ribs, then the belly. The Kegel. Women, you know what the Kegel is. Men have a Kegel too. They may not discuss it with their physicians. But, so what's the Kegel? I hope everybody knows. Maybe one of the other docs that talked about it. I'll give you the short version. So the phone rings. You're on the toilet. You're urinating. You stop. Okay? That's your Kegel. That helped you stop. Okay? When we're doing this exercise regimen, draw the Kegel up. Think and pull it up like you're pulling it up toward the chin. That goes along with pulling your belly in. Making sense? Okay, and if you've got any questions, I can always be reached after this class. The conference organizers and Lena Kennedy will be able to tell you how to reach me. Okay, and I do have a private Pilates studio in my home, which is very quiet now because of COVID. In fact, I'm not taking new clients right now. All right, some more work. We're sitting tall. We have our arms at our side. We have this this deal over here called a hip. And that's one of the things I know a lot of aging people, your hips maybe start to get a little right? So sitting tall, I want you to bring your right knee up. And just lift it up. I don't want you to lean back. Oh, no. This is not a rocking chair. I want you to take your knee out. Open it up. I want you to straighten that leg out. I want you to bring it in. I want you to bring the knee in and bring it down. Could you feel that hip? Mm-hmm. That's what you want to feel. Okay, let's do the other one. We'll go to the other side. So get your body though. See, it's always the before moment in Pilates. The before moment is readying the body. How do we ready the body? Shoulders down, shoulder blades down, ribs together, tummy tight. Now, with the tummy tight, we're ready. Lift, say it. Up. What's next? Out. What's next? Straight. What's next? In. What's next? In. And last, down. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Sitting tall, belly's deep. And this is the beauty of Pilates. If you were in a wheelchair, to some extent, unless you had lost full mobility of your one side of your body or a limb, an arm or a leg. This is based on physical therapy, I should say. Pilates grew out of physical therapy. And a lot of what we're doing here today, if you were in a PT class, a physical therapy class, you do it. Let's go back to the right. What's the first thing? Up. What's next? Out. What's next? Straight. What's next? In. What's next? In. Down. Let's do it again. Think about your back now. When I'm doing this, I'll turn this way. I'm trying not to lean. So here we go. I'm going to go to your left, my left. Up. What's next? Out. What's next? Straight. What's next? In. Next. In. Next. Down. Good.
Under this chair.
Yeah, and you want a stable of a chair as you can get. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes the desk chairs, which are ergonomically correct, but they've got you would want, it's not a bad chair as long as you come up to the edge and make sure you don't lean back, because that's not going to work. That's not going to get you much of anything. Let's try a couple more. So listen, come up closer to the edge of your chair if you've got a solid chair. Rocking chair, if you're in that, coming up to the edge, woo, that wouldn't be a good deal. So nice and tall, get your belly deep, and here we go, back to the right. Right leg, up, what's next? Out, what's next? Straight, what's next? In, next, in, last, down. Last one on the left, so we're even. What do we do first? Up, next, out, next, straight, next, in, next, in, and down. Let's take a back stretch. See, because we're forcing ourselves to sit straight, your back could start to feel a little uncomfortable. Whenever your back feels uncomfortable, put the hands on the knees. Sit up tall. Make sure you're at the edge of your chair or closer up. I don't want to say right on the edge, but closer to the edge. Take your deep breath in. Now, Reach your fingers over your knees, pull your shoulders down, drop your chin towards your neck. Exhale and pull, reaching those fingers down over the knees, pulling the belly in, rounding the back like the alphabet letter C. And then inhale tall. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. The shoulder blades slide down the back. Let's do one more. Deep breath in. And let's exhale and go back. And up. Now this is excellent. You wake up in the morning, your back is stiff. You can do this in the bed. You know how you simulate this in the bed? If you were lying, so I'm in the bed, lying on my back. Okay? Woke up. Pull the knees into the chest. Keep your head, chin tilting down. You can even lift your head up. The more you pull those thighs in, the better. So this is in your bed, first thing in the morning. Your back's tight, okay? So that's something you can do, all right? A lot of things, if you don't feel like, oh, today I just can't sit in a chair, go ahead and try them lying in your bed on your mattress. It's better to do a little than do nothing. Okay, let's do one of my favorites. This is hard, but it's so good. Okay, here we go. I want you to bring your knees together, and I want you to bring one leg up. I've got my right. Turn your toes out. Flex your foot. Flex means your toes are coming back toward you, and the toes are on an angle. You're sitting tall, okay? And here we go. We're going to bring that leg. Now, this is the first ouch, up a little higher. Ouch. Keep that foot on an angle. Sit straight. Then take it over. And then bring it in. And let's try that again. Think of drawing a circle. So first we got to come up, circle, out, around, and come in. Woo! And try not to lean. Oh, listen. You got to sit straight. I got a 20-something-year-old over here. Okay? And looking like it. Struggling, and it's hard to sit straight. Pilates looks easy. That's the thing, but it's hard. Yeah, you feel it. And this is so that we have strong. See, let me tell you why you're doing this. No knee replacement ever, right? So you need for the muscles, ligaments that surround the knee joint to be strong. Oh yeah, I have to get one. You need the muscles, the ligaments surrounding the knee joint to be strong, regardless. That's why I've been able to be so mobile with these replaced joints, because I went into that surgery condition. Okay, my time is probably running out. Let's do one more of these. 4 minutes? Yeah. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Up, out, around, in. One more on this side. Sit straight. Up, out, around, in. Let's switch quickly. Glue the knees together. Flex the foot. Toes turn away from your midline, from the center. And you come up and around and in. Up, around and in. Sit tall. Hold that belly in. Up, around and in. Oh, quad is working. Up, around and in. Okay, well, thank you for your patience. There's a lot more of this. I'm going to be putting a YouTube chair Pilates class that you can actually go out there and access. And there's a lot more exercises than we actually had time today. But before we depart, because we have to be on time, Lena emphasized that, open your legs and bring your feet up and out. Sit straight. Bring your hands up. Up and down. Look, wrists, feet. Bye, bye. Bye, bye. Thank you so much. Check out my website, In Action Pilates. I'm also a life and career coach. And if you do Pilates with me, the coaching just kind of falls out naturally. But hopefully with the vaccine coming, which I'm looking forward to, we'll be back to normal, to regular, and we will definitely be back to where you can try the Pilates equipment. In Action Pilates, Pilates.com, my website, in Action Coach. And I truly believe that wellness starts from the inside. So we're going to get your mind right by going into a coaching mode to the outside. Pilates will work your body from head to toe. That's really the beauty of it. The other thing I'd like to say while I have your ear is that let's do one more stretch since we've got time. I'm ready to end. Feel free to cut me off whenever, but I don't like to waste people's time. So put your ankle on top of your knee if you can. Okay? Now, if you can't, because I realize there's some things people can't do. I do a modification for everything. Don't ever tell me it was too hard. If you can't, look, I think that's maybe third position in ballet. Mm-hmm. So we got 1 foot straight, 1 foot on an angle. So those of you, let's all do the easy way first together. So this is how my feet are. I've got 1 straight and 1 on the angle. The left on the angle, the right is straight, the left heel is right at the instep in the middle of the foot. Now, sit straight, let's sit tall, and glide that knee up, ooh, baby, alongside, as high as up, sit straight, and then glide it down. I'm having so much fun with Elizabeth. So get your back tall. See, it's easy to glide. Look, watch me glide and bend. I'm bringing that foot up. Let me do it this way. Oh, I can get it all the way up if I do that. No good. I got to do it this way. I've got that right foot on the angle. How high up? If I keep my back straight, pull my belly in, draw the kegel up, pull the shoulders down. All right. It's hard. That's her husband doing, he needs to go on back to the man's cave because he's not doing anything but giving us a lot. He's helping with everything. Now he's giving us some encouragement. So we'll take that. Okay.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you. Oh, that was just wonderful. Oh my gosh. I'm sitting here in my home trying to do some of those stretches and they are not easy. And I haven't taken Pilates in months since the pandemic started. So boy, are my muscles stiff and sore. That was a great exercise, knowing particularly that we can do them in a chair or in our beds. That was really fun. Okay, now for our next speaker. This speaker, her name is Dr. Didi Teta, and she is a postdoctoral fellow for the City of Hope Comprehensive Cancer Center. She has multiple faculty appointments, peer-reviewed publications, and she has had many cancer and mental health presentations. Dr. Teti earned a BS at St. John's University, MPH from Morehouse School of Medicine, and a PhD from Loma Linda University School of Public Health. So please join me as Dr. Teti comes on and talks to us about chemicals. Are the chemicals in our hair products impacting my risk for breast cancer? Dr. Teti, it's all in your hands.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here. That was not an easy workout. So I just want to commend the for that was amazing, and doing it all in the chair. My name is Dede, and I'm so happy to be with you all today. And I just wanted to first start my presentation. Not receiving the live session. Okay. Can everybody see my screen okay? If I can just get some affirmations in the chat, that would be helpful. I'm going to go into screen. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get started. Once I put my screen into full presentation, I can't see the chat. So if Ms. Carter, if you can help me out, that'd be greatly appreciated. So I want to first begin by just saying a huge thank you to Ms. Kennedy for this amazing conference. Congratulations on celebrating 20 years of the amazing work that you and your staff are doing. And just thank you so much for having me. I also wanted to give a special shout out to some of the members of my division, also City of Hope. So to Monty Adams for helping to support the organization of this and getting us to the opportunity to speak on this platform for today. And for my PI, Dr. Rick Kittles, for this opportunity as well. So we are here to talk about the chemicals in our hair products. Is it increasing our risk for breast cancer? That's the conversation and discussion that we're going to be having today. So let's get started. I wanted first to begin with this question: what's hair got to do with it? So if we listen to our sister, India Ari, she declares to us that she is not her hair, but the soul that lives within. Solange proclaims that for us, for specifically Black women, the touching of our hair is problematic in so many ways, and simply just don't do it. And at some point throughout Willow's development, she just urged us to just whip our hair back and forth. So what does hair got to do with it? What does it have to do with anything? So the answer for some Black women is in everything. All right, so when we asked about 91 women, to be exact, in Southern California, this question about hair and identity, and we had this wonderful quote from one of our stylist participants that I feel like sums up where we're going to start this discussion off. And it, meaning hair, has to do with everything. It has a lot to do with your health. And I mean, unfortunately, it's very important. It's almost scary how important it is, because a lot of women won't just go somewhere in a ponytail. We can spend the whole 30 minutes having a dialogue just from that quote alone, because there's so much meat and to unpack from that quote by itself. But we're going to focus our discussion today on the health piece that our stylist was so kind enough to share that information with us. So on the screen are 3 products. And what I want you to do next, and using the chat, I want you to respond to this question: which product on the screen do you think is the most hazardous? I'm going to exit out of full screen so I can see the chat. I just want you to use the chat and just give me some responses. Type in 1, 2, 3, or list the name of the product. Okay, we have 1 vote for Kaboom to be the most hazardous product. Anybody else want to include? We have 113 individuals on here today, so let's go ahead and get some additional votes. 1. So everyone, it looks like Kaboom is the response that everyone is going with. If that is the consensus, all right, perfect. So number 3 for 1 individual. So let's keep going. Which product is the most hazardous? I'm going to, for this slide, I want you to take 4 points home with you. Number 1, the total number of chemicals in your products that you use on a daily basis is not the same as the number of ingredients that are listed on the bottle. For example, for many of you that stated that Kaboom is the one that's the most hazardous, there are 8 ingredients listed on the bottle. However, 229 chemicals are actually combined in that one product. Takeaway number 2, these products include some of the chemicals with the highest health hazards, phthalates and parabens, for example, which are known endocrine disrupting chemicals. Diethyl phthalate, specifically, for example, is a synthetic substance that make plastics more flexible and can be found in our toothbrushes, our automobile parts, tools, toys, food packaging, and cosmetic products. This is the response to the question that I posed earlier, which product is the most hazardous? Unfortunately, the reality is a children's product, just for me, contains more hazardous chemicals than the products that you use to clean your tub and the products that we as adults use to manage our hair. Lastly, the high number of chemicals and health hazards is partially due to fragrance. It is contained in a lot of products that we use on a daily basis, and these EDCs have been linked to chronic health effects, including cancer. So fragrance is one word that means dozens to hundreds of chemicals that you will never see listed because it's protected by a trade secret. But luckily, here in California, because of the passage of SB 312 that was signed into law by Governor Newsom this year, the Cosmetic Fragrance and Flavor Ingredients Act to know of 2020 now forces manufacturers, requires them to disclose the fragrance ingredients that are listed or that it's contained in our products. So before I move on to the next phase of this presentation, I just want to check in with everyone. Many of you voted that Kaboom should have been the most hazardous product listed on the screen. However, that is not the case. So I just want to check in with you all really quickly. How are you feeling about this information that I've just shared? I have some emoticons on the screen. We are in a virtual space, and I think you can utilize the emoji icon to really share. How are you feeling with this information that I just shared? I'll give it a couple of seconds. I want to honor how you're feeling right now. Okay, we have some individuals just thinking, loving the information, keep it going, information that's needed. Thank you so much for those affirmations. Surprise, Candace, I'm with you. Number 4, number 5, just shocked all around. So there are a lot of emotions around this information that I share, and all of them are valid. Every single one of them are valid. But I want to share some additional information with you to continue this conversation. So you've heard me say throughout the previous slides, EDC or endocrine disrupting chemicals. So what are they, to be specific? EDCs are chemicals that interfere with our body's endocrine system, which is made up of our glands and organs that produce and store and secrete hormones. In other words, these chemicals interfere with the way the body processes our hormones and how they work. These chemicals are found in several areas in our environment. They're ubiquitous. They're found in our personal care products. They're found in our food. They're found in the air. And they can affect your health, including your risk for cancer. For the remaining of my talk, I'm going to focus on EDC exposure and breast cancer risk with an emphasis on Black women. So let's talk a little bit about the disease itself. What do we know about breast cancer? Before I give you the numbers and the statistics, I just really want to remind all of us that these numbers and statistics are people. They're individuals, right? And the impact that the disease has on the patient, it has an impact on the patient fighting the disease, but it also impacts their families and us, their community. Take Coco, for example, the first picture on this slide. She was diagnosed with triple negative inflammatory breast cancer at age 29. She was given 2 years to live, and she was also told that she was not going to have children. Well, thankfully, she is now a 14-year cancer survivor and a mother and a wife, an amazing individual, author, all of the things. While we mourn those that have unfortunately died from the disease, we also celebrate Coco and others that I've listed on this slide, and the 3.8 billion lives that are still with us due to screening and advancements in treatment. So here are some of the numbers. We know that breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in women. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed in their lifetime. Black women are 40% more likely to die from the disease and are also more likely to be diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. There are higher incidents of the disease among Black women younger than age 40. You'll notice on several of the different pictures that I have on the previous slide, many of those Black women were diagnosed prior to the age of 30 and 40. We also know there are ways to reduce our risk for breast cancer, which includes knowing your boobs, getting a mammogram, and for some of us, sooner than the age of 40, depending on your family history and your genetics. Number 10 on this list, while it's on my list because this is an area that I research, it's not necessarily on other individuals or many individuals' lists as a risk factor for breast cancer. So I'm going to give you additional information with regards to this emerging area of research that I want to leave with you. And before I do that, in the back of your mind, I want you to reflect on this question. What is the cost of your beauty? So here's some of the information that we know from the laboratory. Parabens are preservatives that are found in our hair and other personal care products with higher concentrations found in urine samples of Black women. Parabens increase cell proliferation or growth, cell growth. They decrease cell death. And they also alter global gene expression in ER-positive breast cancer cell lines. On the epidemiological side, we know that Black women carry the burden of EDC exposure found in hair and other personal care products. Black women also use these products prior to age 13 and continue their usage into adulthood. Hair oils and relaxers have been associated with early periods or early menarche, which is a breast cancer risk factor. Permanent and dark hair dye have been associated with a 45% and 51% increase for breast cancer. Checking in again. So a lot of information was just shared with regards to EDCs and breast cancer risk. And thank you so much, Rhonda, for sharing that information. We're so glad you're still with us as a 7-year breast cancer survivor. So with the information that I just shared, where are we? How are people feeling? So on a scale from 1 to 6, we have individuals feeling between 1, 5, and 6. It is information that it's a lot. It's also very emotionally charged, specifically because Black women carry the burden of the disease for breast cancer, but we also carry the burden of exposure to EDCs. Thank you guys so much for sharing how you're feeling. And I really just want to acknowledge how you're feeling. And I'm hoping by the end of this discussion that you are really going to leave with some tools to help reduce your risk. So let's continue with getting more additional information about this talk. Here's a question that I feel like all of us can answer. And let's see if this is the case. Using the chat, do cigarettes cause lung cancer? I'm gonna exit out of full screen one more time, take a couple of seconds. The question is, do cigarettes cause breast cancer? Do cigarettes cause lung cancer? My apologies, not breast cancer. Okay, excellent. So we're getting a lot of yeses, which is wonderful. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you guys so much. For individuals that are asking questions, I'm going to ask you to wait until the Q&A segment, and then I'm more than happy to answer some of those questions. So yes, cigarettes cause lung cancer. I think we can all agree with that question. A natural response while submitting your answer is, why is she asking about cigarettes and lung cancer when we've just been talking about EDCs and breast cancer risk? The answer to your question is, once upon a time, not everyone agrees cigarettes cause lung cancer. In fact, it's only been 80 years that studies from animal experiments, chemical analyses, and epidemiology concluded that cigarettes were in fact causes lung cancer. And unfortunately, due to the evidence that was presented, only 1/3 of US doctors up until the 1960s believed this conclusion. So Furthermore, in our community specifically, some of us operate from the reality that it won't be me. As quoted from one of our Black male participants, there's a little note on every package of cigarettes, harmful to your health, may cause cancer, and my mom and dad smoked their whole lives. They never got cancer. I try to believe, even if that the studies show Black hair products cause cancer, you're going to get those men and women that say, well, not everyone is going to get it. And that is the reality. So we'll go back to this question that I started with at the beginning of this talk. Are the chemicals in my hair products increasing my risk for breast cancer? Here's the honest truth. We don't have enough evidence to answer yes to that question. Just like all of us on this talk can agree cigarettes cause lung cancer and you did not hesitate to respond yes. I would be very surprised if anyone responded no. We're not at the point with regards to this research on EDCs and breast cancer for me to type this in the chat when I ask this question that yes, it does. However, that does not mean I'm not going to give you information to leave with during this talk to help reduce your risk. Just because science hasn't caught up yet doesn't mean we don't use our common sense. So here are some tools that I want to leave you with regards to how to reduce your risk for breast cancer with regards to number 3, 8, and 9 on this slide. Number 1, new month, touch your boobs. If you like applications, I would recommend downloading the Know Your Lemons application. It helps you with regards to keeping track of your self-breast exams. That's important. Many of the women that I listed on the slide about what do we know about the disease, many of them, when you hear their testimonies, they found it during a normal self-breast exam. Because they knew they're normal, when something fell out of place, they knew to go to their physicians to check it out. But some of us may not have physicians to go to. And if that's the case and you fall within this category, I want to encourage you and also share that the Every Woman Counts program can provide you with the resources for you to get your breast and cervical cancer screening. They also have an application for you to access providers. And number 3, know what's in your products. Here are 3 applications that I would recommend you use to start your journey on really getting a better understanding of the chemicals that you are exposing yourself and your family with on a daily basis. I'm personally partial to the Environmental Working Group Healthy Living application, where each product and ingredient receives a hazard score between 1 and 10. 1 is low hazard and 10 being high hazard. I typically utilize products that fall between 5 and lower, with the score of 5 and lower. So this is a personal choice, and you really have to make the decision to do so, because unfortunately, the federal government doesn't have the legislation in place for us to protect ourselves from what manufacturers place in our products. So a few reflections before we move on to the last slide, which is really an invitation for you to be a part of the work that we're doing at City of Hope. And I leave you with this question. Does representation matter? With the individuals that you see in front of you, some of them you are familiar with. I think all of us are familiar with specifically Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, seeing her image on the television to accept her as who she's going to be and how she's going to serve our communities for the next term. That meant something to all of us, or at least it meant something to me. Seeing other individuals on the screen, all of us are here because of the vision and also the implementation of Ms. Kennedy. So representation matters. I'm fortunate enough to work in an environment at City of Hope in the Division of Health Equities, where I work alongside individuals that are phenomenal in really getting a better understanding of cancer health disparities. Representation also matters in research. Representation matters in the individuals that are conducting the research, the researchers themselves, and the individuals that are participating in those research projects, like you all. And it matters that for a lot of us individuals that look like me, we have to be cognizant that if we don't lend our voices to a lot of the research that is ongoing, then we're going to be left out of the conversation. So it's imperative for us to join in on conversations related to research for that matter. Well, I understand the historical context of why we do not. I just want to implore you all, as many of us, more of us in the research arena are becoming to look more like me and also individuals on the screen, I want to encourage you all to really take notice of what is happening all around you and how you can contribute your voice to helping to improve our communities for the long run. With that said, I want to share a little bit about the information, the work that I'm doing at City of Hope with regards to the Bench to Community project in collaboration with Dr. Lindsay Trevino and mentorship from Dr. Rick Kittles and our awesome, amazing community advisors, Coco and Tanya. In a laboratory, Lindsay is essentially looking at the impacts of parabens on breast cancer cell lines for both white and African-American Black breast cancer cell lines. That's significant because unfortunately, there's not enough information in the literature on Black breast cancer cell lines and EDC exposure. And at the same time, I'm working in the community to capture really that information on the sociocultural factors that relates to product selection and use. And what we're hoping to do with that information is to bring it together to educate the community and also members of our families and close friends on how do you reduce your risk and exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals found in your personal care products. And we need your help. And there's many ways that you can get involved. Number one is to take and finish the 15 to 30-minute survey that is currently ongoing as we're getting more information on why you do the things that you do, why do you use the products that you use, and other factors, social determinant factors that inform your decision. Number two is to join our Salon Conversations in 2021. Salon Conversations is a platform that has been coined by our community advisor, Tanya Fairley, who is an amazing individual, serial entrepreneur, hairstylist, and all around awesome, dope woman. And she has allowed us to really develop this platform to bring the information, the science around endocrine disrupting chemicals and breast cancer risk and risk reduction strategies to the lay audience, to individuals like you and me, where you have conversation and dialogue with scientists to better understand the science behind what is happening right now. And number three, in ways that you can get involved, is simply follow us on our social media platforms. We post a number of information related to EDCs and breast cancer risk and just general information, just celebrating all it is to being Black women here in the United States. So before I stop talking so that you guys can jump on and answer some questions, I want to leave you with these three take-home messages. Number one, know your normal and check your boobs. Number two, know what's in your products. And number three, I hope that you can join the Bench to Community family as we strive to better understand the risk factors related to breast cancer and endocrine disrupting chemicals found in our hair and personal care products. With that, thank you all so much for your attention. My contact information is on the screen for ways that you can get in contact with me if you have any additional questions about the Bench to Community project or if you have general questions, period. And that's all that I have for you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Today. That was excellent, excellent, excellent information. I hope that people will reach out to her and go to the website that she recommends to get more information. It is very excellent information. The more we know, the more we can save our lives and help to save lives of other women when it comes to breast cancer. So I really appreciate that information. And it was so interesting looking at the three products and which ones had more chemicals, which ones were more destructive to our bodies. And it was very surprising that the products that are used for children had more chemicals than the ones that we use to clean our bathtub. And that's saying a lot. So we definitely have to be aware of these various chemicals. All right, now we're going to have a little bit of fun. So if you have your bingo card, I would like you to get the bingo card out before we bring on Chef Lala. And we're going to, the first person to get 5 answers will win bingo. And Lena has arranged for you to win a prize, of course, and that prize will be mailed to you. And it's going to be a piece of jewelry, and it's going to come from one of our vendors. So if you would get out your bingo cards over these next couple of minutes, again, before we bring out Chef Lala. And one to say with your holiday theme, I put everything into the silver bag. And then after I pull the cards, I'll put them in the little thread bag so I don't repeat the ticket. So hopefully everyone's ready. How about if I give you another, maybe 30 seconds to get your card out of your boxes, out of your swag bag. And get ready. You know how we love jewelry. So unfortunately, as the bingo caller, it won't be me winning, but it's okay as long as one of you wins. All right. The first word that we're going to find on our bingo card is bicycle. Bicycle. I think it's too small for you to see, but trust me, it's bicycle. And I'm keeping track by stamping it on my little stamper here. Okay. The second card, calcium, something very important for our body. Calcium. There's a couple of people said they didn't get a bingo card. I'm not quite sure what we can do about that. It should have come in your little swag bag. If you got one of your boxes, let me tell you what the box looks like. It would have been a box like this that says SoCal Women's Conference. And if you did not get one, we'll just have to make some arrangements for you. Okay, so the second word was calcium. That in the next word, essential oils. Essential oils is another word. I'll find it on my card. Here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I'll shake it up a little bit better. Now our next card is going to be fashion. Fashion. Our next card is going to be BMI, Body Mass Index. BMI. Did somebody get bingo? Oh, okay. Another person who didn't get a swag bag. The next bag is, the next word is going to be gym. Wait, G-Y-M. What are you, Jim? Here you are. And neither one, Carolyn. I haven't said any one of those yet. I said fashion. 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 The next word is doctor. The next word is matcha. Carolyn brought this up. So it's matcha. So that is the next word is matcha. Matcha, M-A-T-C-H-A, like matcha tea. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is the next word. Coconut oil is the next word. I think I have my speaker up as loud as it will go. Let me make it better. The next word is aerobic. Aerobic. The next word is healthy snack. Healthy snack. Okay. I'm going to refresh my browser. I have the volume up as high as it will go. I'll talk louder. The next word is body build. Body build. The next word is joy. Joy. Hard to get into this bag. The next word is beauty. Beauty. Nobody has bingo yet. Diabetes. Diabetes. Yes, Marilyn, the word before beauty, before diabetes was beauty. Beauty. Let me put together. Heart. Heart is the next word. Heart. H-E-A-R-T. Heart. H-E-A-R-T. The next word is D-P-A-3. D-P-A-3. Oh, we've gone through a lot of words. The next word is balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E. Balance. Thank you, Jacoby, for helping me out here by putting them in the chat room. Alicia, did you win? You have your name up there. Does that mean you won? Okay, the next word then is low carb. Low carb. C-A-R-B. Low carb. Okay. The next word is kickbox. Kickbox. K-I-C-K box. B-O-X. Kickbox. Sticking together. Anti-aging. Anti-aging. A-N-T-I aging, A-G-I-N-G, something that we heard about this morning in one of our sessions. The next word is mindful, M-I-N-D-F-U-L, something that Dr. Drew talked about, mindful. The next word, oh, Anise. Anise Jackson got bingo. Congratulations, Anise. Congratulations. I think we have your address. If not, you can get it from, yay. Yeah, so if we don't have your address, I can get it from Annette.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, congratulations. Anise Jackson won the bingo game.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so that was fun. That was fun. Something to just give us a little break in the action before we get to our last and final speaker for the day. This has been such a wonderful, wonderful conference. It really has. Things went so well. And just the fact that Lena and her team could put this together in spite of the pandemic, in spite of any learning curves that some of us had to go through in learning technology, it really has turned out wonderfully. So I want to bring up the wonderful chef who prepared the meals for today. She is a cookbook author. She's a food stylist, a food consultant, a certified nutritionist, and a motivational speaker. And if anyone doesn't know what a food styler is, I'll let you know. They're the ones that make these really pretty presentations. They put them in commercials. And when you get home, you try to make it look just like it is in the commercial, and it doesn't always work that way. And so she was trained at Le Cordon Bleu. She earned many professional certificates and appeared on many television programs. So we have on our screen right now, and I'm going to leave so that we can turn it over to Chef Lala, who's going to do a workshop on stay healthy and strong. Lala, it's your platform.
My platform. Thank you. Thank you so much. And welcome, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. Was prepared with a lot of love. There was a lot of us and a big team. And I want to thank my team and family who came in and they said, we're going to make this special because this is a very, very special day, very special occasion in celebrating women's health. And so there's going to be a quiz at the end. I want to see if you guys are paying attention like school. So I'm going to ask 3 questions, and the people who respond first will get my free cookbook, and I'll autograph it and send it to you at the very end, okay? Now, it was really interesting that I got asked to do this because I thought, wow, I can do this. I mean, I've spoken before, so I just kind of reverted to my notes from pre-pandemic so that I can see what it was that I can actually talk to you guys about. And I realized, wow, none of this is relevant. And the reason a lot of this stuff wasn't relevant, it's not because of the life happenings, but because of my life happenings. See, before the pandemic, this happened 2 years ago. I lost the single most important person that has influenced my life, my dad. And when I lost him, he was my friend, my best friend, my mentor, my hero. And I swear to you guys, I lost my footing. And anybody who is going through this right now or who has gone through this understands that there is nothing that could be said that will make it better. And so I lost my footing. I just started being not present. I started losing I got the pink notices from the gas bill. And one day I pulled over and I said, wake up. Wake up. So this is not about telling you guys what's happening with pandemic. We've been listening to a lot of numbers. I love the talk from Dr. Drew and here Address Our Children. This is about you. This is about staying strong. And it's not about changing you, but it's about staying and standing strong because you deserve to. You are a woman, you are beautiful. And for the gentlemen who are joining us, welcome as well. But I want to inspire you, hopefully, how it is that you can stay strong. So here's my simple rules and the things that help me stay strong now and always. So I took that moment and I did wake up. So I challenge all of you, whatever it is that you're going through, to shake it off. Just shake it off and wake up. Wake up. You know what I did with my daddy? I got his picture, took him to work, put a candle on every day, and I said, okay, what are we making today? Because he was a chef too. So I allow his inspirations in me. I don't fight it. And that's how I stay strong. I find the strength from within my dad and from everything that he taught me, all the love, all the spirituality, and how to be a great human being. So stay strong. How do you stay strong? You wake up. You start by waking up. And don't be afraid of finding new ways to do it. A lot of people say, oh my gosh, how is it that you're a chef? I used to be a professional singer. I used to sing with Menudo. I got in a car accident. I had to reinvent myself. I was going to medical school to become a heart lung specialist. Hated it. Had to reinvent myself. I asked myself, what are you passionate about? Because you know what? If you're passionate, you're going to be dedicated. And if you're dedicated, you're going to be successful. So what was I passionate about? And you know what? If you want to make God laugh, just tell her your plans, because I did not plan on this career. But with the background that I had in music, being in front of the camera, and in medicine, and in food, I really, really was able to bring it all together and marry it and do what I love. So as much as making 350 meals that went out to all of you last night was, super intensive, I enjoyed the whole time through because I'm doing what I love. This is my dream. So if you want to stay strong, don't forget, reinvent yourself. Reinvent yourself with what you want over and over and over again. Sometimes you'll think, why am I doing this? Why am I going through it? Trust me, she has a plan. God has a plan, and it'll all come around full circle for you. Another thing that I thought about was, okay, one of the biggest things that was really, really, really weighing on me, because I did stop and say, okay, what is it that weighs you down? And I'm not going to lie, I'm a single mom, and the failure of my relationship really took its toll. It really, really took its toll. And I remember going to a therapist, and I said, hey, what did I do? Why do I keep choosing these people? And he says, it's very simple. You help people, you save people. You're just not supposed to marry them. And he was right. But I didn't only apply that to my personal relationships. I also applied it to my friendships, to my work, to everything. I stopped apologizing. One of my friends told me when I was telling him I was going to do this, he said, just don't tell him, this and this and that. And it was really funny. I'm like, how can I come in with a false pretense? In my relationships, I also found that if I was too strong and maybe I'll scare him away, you know what? You're scared? Bye. I'll see ya. Because you weren't going to be for me anyways. And it's not that I think I'm better than you or I'm trying to be up more than you. It's just that I know what I want in my life. And out of friends too. One of the really hard things that happened to me also with friends is that we used to go out. There was four of us, or two couples and myself. I was the third wheel. And it was awesome. It was some of the best times. And one of our friends, she just started getting kind of destructive. And every single time we went out, it was so exhausting. To the point where I had to start thinking, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't. So sometimes you have to ask yourself, how can I stay strong if I'm constantly depleted by being brought down by the choices of who I surround myself with? So ask yourself that. Who's around you? What am I feeding off of spiritually, mentally, physically? Did you know that an eagle, unless it's in captivity, of course, did you know that an eagle only feeds off of live prey? And who soars the highest? Do you want to be a chicken? It's a choice. Peck, peck away. I don't know about you, but I want to be an eagle. Heck, I am an eagle because I only want living matter, living people who feed my soul, my mind, my body, my energy, my being, my value system over and over again. I want to soar. I am an eagle. So you have to learn how to set boundaries. And again, it's not a better than anybody thing. I'll give you a great example. My son, the first day of high school, comes home and he's so excited. And I said, how did it go? And he said, oh, great. And these people and his friends and everything. But he told me a story about a teacher that wanted to make fun of him and used him as an example to pick on him and kind of like bullied him. And I said, what was your response? He said, well, that was inappropriate. I think it's telling. Inappropriate. Do you want to hang out with inappropriate people? Because if you do, how can you stay strong? So I challenge you, reevaluate your friendships, your relationships, your work, everything, and stay strong. The other thing that I learned along the way was, as much as I've studied lifestyle medicine at Harvard, nutrition at sports medicine at San Diego State, Le Cordon Bleu, blah, blah, blah. It was also that I could become a better teacher. But I also acknowledge that sometimes I gotta turn to the experts. If I wanna stay strong and get stronger, sometimes I had to get past what I thought I knew was best for me. When I first moved over here, I remember it was so hard. It was so hard losing my dad. It was so hard. I moved 1 week before the pandemic. I know, right? Here I am in boxes. I still haven't enrolled my son in school. Work is all crazy. It was just insane. My heart started beating, my left arm. I woke up, I called my little sister. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I have a friend who's a cardiologist. So I went to him and I had a gamut of tests done. You know, they connected me to every possible machine. I ran a machine, I breathed on something, EKG, everything. And he calls me, says, I have some great news. You are okay. So that gave me peace of mind. And that allows me to stay strong. But he said, but I also think there's something really wrong. You need to go see a specialist regarding what's happening with your hormones. And I'm like, duh, I'm 50. Of course I'm hormonal. And he said, no, seriously, you know, with a lot of the stuff that you told me, you should really go look. So I went to someone out of my insurance network because that person was a specialist in this field. And she ran all of these tests. In the process, she, of course, told me, your hormones are whacked. But she also told me I had 0 cortisol. What does that mean during a pandemic? It means I have an autoimmune. It means that I need to be careful. So I can stay strong because I'm empowered with the knowledge of what my body needs by an expert. I didn't sit there and self-assess myself. I didn't guess myself. I know what I have to do to stay strong because I relied on an expert. And I think you should too. I think you deserve to. And don't wait till it's too long. You know, I have a cousin who's in healthcare. And she said, oh, it's okay. I'm fine. She has stage 4 cancer. She could have. She would have. She should have. Well, I don't know. But don't make any excuses. There are no excuses because if you want to stay strong, rule number 4 is look to the experts. Look to the experts to help you stay strong and get stronger for your individual needs, whatever they might be. And you have to look for your independent stuff. Someone who's going to respect what you want. Someone who's not going to take away. I was laughing at the Google words because I was like, they were saying diabetes or low carb. And I'm like, I'm the expert on diabetes. My whole family has diabetes. But how about deliciousness? How about fruit? How about heritage? How about yumminess? How about looking at it for what you like? Again, I'll go to my son. You know, he doesn't like sports. He says, I'm not going to hit my head with a chasing a little ball. And now all of a sudden he's into surfing. Wow, that's his cardio. My cardio is cycling. Don't say I can't or I won't. Don't say no. Say KNOW. What do I need to know about myself so that I can do what I need to get to where I'm going? So keep looking. Don't give up. Don't give up. And don't forget what Dr. Drew said earlier. Your kids are watching. This is a really, really, really tough time for them. So remember, if you're sad, if you're down, if you give up, you're teaching them that that's okay. And you know what? It's not. It's not. Reinvent yourself always. With all 4 of these rules, they will learn what you are teaching them. I'd love to hear what you are going to do to be able to stay healthy and strong. Because from my opinion, if you wake up, you reinvent yourself, you don't apologize, you look to experts and look for what you love and keep on looking. I think that's the key to staying strong, to staying healthy. And I like to see and hear how you guys do it. And I'm going to give books, like I said, to the 4 best suggestions on and most creative on how you're going to stay healthy and strong, not just now during the pandemic, but always. And so I'd like to open it up to questions now, if we may, so that we could see, does anybody have any questions on what they want to do to be the best version of themselves and stay strong and healthy? I think we're typing in here. I got to put my glasses on. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on a second. We have a whole bunch of questions. I am going to stay healthy and strong by sleeping. Yes, sleep is so important. It's so sacred. And it's not only sleeping, it's actually also stopping and meditating. As you see, this is my little private space, by the way. I wanted to share it with you guys, but this is my spot. This is my meditation spot. This is where I come and just zen. This is my moment of me. So sleeping and resting and not allowing to my space. I love that, Dee Dee. Carolyn, it says, I've been somebody up for that red velvet cupcake. Yeah, I know, right? Was that velvet cupcake awesome? Again, it's not about not having it. It's about having it in moderation. I'm glad you like the red velvet cupcake. That's kudos to Chef Becky for that. Yes, I use Headspace for meditation. Yes, meditation is super important. You get prayer out of it. Don't let anybody tell you this is what you do or don't. Meditation is a very, very personal thing for just regrouping. Sometimes I meditate even in bed, just thinking about what my day is going to be so that I can stay strong. Let me see. Stay strong by eliminating negativity and negative people in your life and through giving and being of service. Yes, being of service of others is important because really we're here only for a short time. And it's about the legacy and what we're going to leave behind. And I was reading a book called Awareness. I super recommend it. But he starts off in saying, like, anybody who thinks that giving is selfless, it's not. There's a selfish component to it. There is, because it makes you feel good. And so you have to ask yourself, like, how can I change the world with what I'm doing and help others? And again, you're going to be super successful at it if you're passionate about it. At the same time, your children are watching. It's empowering to you. Don't lie to yourself about that. It is empowering to you to help others. And in the process, you get to help others. So yes, I love that. Leave a legacy and let your children see that. Let's see, the letters are so little. I stay healthy by making time for myself and doing the things I enjoy without feeling guilty. I give a lot to others and recognize the need to take care of me. Absolutely. Why is it that we feel guilty for being good to ourselves? Remember when an airplane's going down, what do they say? Put your mask on first before you do of others. Because if I was supposed to like take care of my child right here, hello, I would pass out. So the better I am, the better everybody around me is. Everybody, including myself. If I'm better to me, then I'm better, period. And if I'm better, I'm stronger. I'm healthier emotionally, mentally, physically. Remember, always keep your emotionals part as part of the equation. You know, a lot of times people say, oh, my work and my home. No. How about your emotions? How about feeling? How about crying? How about loving? How about growing? Just simple, delicious love. Okay, let's see. What else? I stay strong by eliminating negativity. We got that. All right. Thank you, doctor, for that. Meditation, Dee Dee. We got Jacqueline. You want holistic approach, no salt, lots of water, minimize TV, and enjoy silence. I love silence. Eat regularly, fruits and proteins. Yes, balanced diet. God knew what she was doing when she created all of the macronutrients. When you nourish your body, it's super, super important. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, I started drinking all this amazing food, and just if it wasn't 100% clean, and then all of a sudden, when that ended, I started being a little bit bad because God knows I love to eat, and it's funny. I shouldn't even say bad because I was good. I really was good. Bad is not bad. It's the excess that's bad. You know what I mean? So I started thinking, well, why? What is only when I'm with child, is he worth it? He's worth having a healthy mommy too, even after he's born. So that's why I try to make better choices. So yes, I love that. I wake up every day and thank God for 5 things in my life. Then stretch and breathe really sets the day. I love that. You are one of my winners. I love being grateful. Gratitude is so important. We end our day that way. We say, what was your favorite part of the day? And what were you grateful for? And because it helps set the tone for what our sleep is going to be, what our dreams are going to be, what's next in our life. So that's a really good one. So you are one of the winners. Let's see if we can find another one. This is what I will do in the mornings to stay strong. Give thanks to each new day. Drink water. When I first wake up, do affirmations. Affirmations, love that. Exercise, review my goals. And I have all this stuff, no beef, lots of veggies. And again, don't apologize. If you don't want to eat meat, I mean, that's your thing. If somebody wants to criticize that, that's on them. You know, again, you don't have to tell people, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you live this life. Just don't impose yourself on me, or don't get sucked in by it. You know what I mean? Don't let someone take your joy. It's your joy. How can you stay strong? This is about you staying grounded. This is about you staying strong, not just now, but always. Let's see what else we got. Attitude of gratitude. Minimalist Evita, you are amazing, and you are winner number 2. I love that. Gratitude. Go back to thank you. People ask me, I get emails or texts all the time. It's like, how do you stay complete? How do you balance? How do you manage to send out 350 meals to a women's conference and the next day be the speaker? It's just stopping and just being grateful for everything and just breathing it all in, and then it all just seems bearable, okay, and even delicious, and even great. You know what I mean? All right, where are we at? What other? What do we have? Joy, service, rest. Alma, that's fantastic. And then we have a couple on the top because they're scrolling. You guys are so amazing. Oh my God, I love this one. Evita, I dance to de-stress and treat myself to give myself a pat on the back or stressful week. Yes, I love to dance. I do that all the time, whether it's just a little Sade or it's some salsa music, but dancing is amazing. I love the saying, dance like no one's watching, and I do. My dog thinks I'm crazy, but that's okay. She comes and she stands next to me and she tries to dance with me. Remember? See, right now she's scared. She doesn't want to come over here because she's like, yeah. But when I start dancing, she'll come up next to me because I think she feels my happy vibrations, And so Keanu will start to dance with me, and you see the innocence of a little puppy and what they feel that you are exuding. So yes, dance is amazing way to do it. I think I drive everybody at my kitchen crazy too by wiggling and wiggling as I'm cooking. It's, I think, a little scary for them. Let me see, what else do we have? Anybody else? I have 2 books down, right? And then we need one more. I want one more. Lunch was wonderful. Thank you. You know what? That was gratitude at its best. And Dora, you're welcome. You are very, very welcome. We have Chef Nourish. We are doing a special just for you guys, nobody else. Okay, this is exclusive to the Women's Health. We are going to be doing dinners for Christmas for those of you who do not want to cook. So make sure that you reach out to me at chefnourish@gmail.com if you want any questions about that. It's only an exclusive to this conference and the attendees of this conference, because what we do is we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner and 2 snacks, usually as a subscription type thing with Chef Nourish. But for this conference, we are going to be doing a surf and turf holiday special for those who would rather just enjoy family and not have to clean up and just reheat their food. So make sure you visit the website chefnourish.com and write to me, chefnourish@gmail.com, and I will extend that offer to you. Okay, let's see. Yay, you are great and fun. Evita, I love you. You're the best. Just saying thank you sometimes. It's amazing. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, does anybody want anything answered? Thank you. And thank you to let me just see. And Dora, Nicholas, I thank you so much. I look at my life and as an airplane, everything in moderation, except when it comes to my grandchildren who feed my soul. Yes, feed your soul. It's so yummy. Always, always feed your soul. Always learn, always grow. And your grandchildren are great. I know. I was talking, it's so funny because I said, listen to your kids. Sometimes somebody said to me, my son, all he just wants to do is just listen to his stuff on TV or on his videos. And I said, so what is he watching? She says, I don't know. I said, why don't you try listening? So I've been introduced to memes and Reddits, and I even know what a Karen is, okay? I'm pretty cool now. But I asked him, it was super simple. It's like, what are you listening to? And sometimes I put one of the little ear pods on me and he'll be having the other one. So our generation, they'll teach you. They'll teach you what is happening now and what's relevant to them. You just have to ask. A lot of times I think we forget, and I hope you're not too busy to do so, because our children are very good teachers. The lunch was so delicious and beautiful. I'm so glad. Everything should be celebrated. We made it a point to give you little flowers and everything so that you felt beautiful, so that you felt like, I wanted to give you the experience of making it look beautiful, taste beautiful, smell beautiful. I'm glad you loved it. Stay on the high road. I am always on the high road. Let me tell you why. Because even if I fall on my booty, you better believe I make sure it's on my booty. So I'm facing up so that I can just stand up and keep going. And even then, there are no mistakes. They're all lessons. And I know it's really, really hard to swallow. But that's the truth. That's the truth. Every time something happens, then you look back on it, you're like, oh, that's why. That's why this happened. So my, as much as some of my bruises hurt, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't have the gratitude that I have today. And I wouldn't be living my life to its fullest if I didn't stay on the high road. And the road is the road that I created, the road that I chose. So don't forget that. If you're sad, you're choosing it. And it's not that my life is all love and fresh air. Like I said, I had a car accident. I lost everything. I've been told I'm autoimmune and everything. All these other things. I could sit here and tell you and complain and moan and groan about everything. But it's not that. It's like, what's next? Knowledge is power. And I'm always trying to grow. Always trying to grow. I hope that helps a little. Let's see. Keep your sense of humor. I get that from my dad. My dad had the best sense of humor. He was so amazing, and just a love for life. He just lived it to the fullest. He was like, this is amazing. He just like looked at everything with the eyes of a child. And I think if we all did that a little bit more often, then we'd love a little bit more pure, and then it would be more intense and delicious, right? Okay, let's see. do small kindness to everybody. Yes, yes. Because if you do a little bit at a time, every little bit helps. Sometimes we don't think that it helps, but it does. It does. Think of all the little moments that changed your life. Did you know? One of my favorite stories is about a butterfly. There was a doctor who was measuring the flapping of the wings of a butterfly. And what she found was, or what he found, excuse me, that if a butterfly flapped its wings in Brazil, it could effectively create enough of inertia that there could be a tornado in Texas. So sometimes we think, oh, if I do this little thing, it doesn't matter. Think about the butterfly. And, we all really are butterflies. We're just learning how to fly. We evolve, we caterpillar, we think we're going to die. And then all of a sudden we're born these beautiful butterflies. And if you have those wings, if you have that capacity to flap them, because you could very well change the course of so many things in the most beautiful ways, the way that butterfly created change in Texas. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you for the food and everything you say will bring us through. I know 89 years. Yeah, you know what? And actually, I want to thank all of the people who put this together. They kind of just made it happen. And I think that when right now everybody's talking about, I can't do this because of the time. All these people, all these board members, all the sponsors, Lena and her entire team, they made it a point to try to put this together. And we have to bravo to you guys, because they are the ones that are pushing us. They are the ones that are helping us flap so that we can change the world, right, ladies? Oh, and gentlemen too, of course. Let's see what else we got here. Smooth recipe. Oh, the smoothie recipe or info. I have recipes on my website. It's cheflala.com. Of course, Chef Nourish blog has recipes. You're always welcome to write to me on Instagram. It's chef_Lala. DM me if you want a certain recipe. I do send them out. Maybe I don't do it like the same day, but I try my best to respond to you guys and give you guys the recipes or ideas that you like. But remember, a recipe is a footprint for an idea. So change it, make it your own. Please go. Back up to the smoothie question. Somebody has a smoothie question. Can you type it back? I'm drinking, Susan. You have a smoothie question for me. No, it's Sheila Nash. What is the smoothie question that you have for me? Smoothie recipe or info? Regina, what is the smoothie? What did I miss? Because you guys are all talking about a smoothie. Oh, how do you feel about smoothies as a meal substitution? Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. All right. So you are what you eat. That's why my company's called Chef Nourish. You nourish your body. So everything you place in your body or don't place in your body affects your body. So some people can have smoothies. My sister can't. She has diabetes. A smoothie will throw her sugar way up. She needs the fiber to offset the glucose in the amount of sugar that she eats. However, if she had a berry, a low glycemic berry or a kiwi, she could have it. It depends on the person. It depends what it's made of. And when you are making smoothies, keep it clean, keep it natural. Meal replacement, are you really replacing it? You're nourishing your body. When you eat, you should eat a carbohydrate, a fat, and a protein. So when your body burns fat, it's the same for everybody. It's usually for diabetics, but when you burn fat, it's simple sugars, then complex sugar. So this is like, sugar and just like, honey and stuff like that. Complex sugars, which are like carbohydrates and vegetables, and then protein, and then fat. And then it's time to eat again. That's why, have you ever eaten a donut in the morning and then you go up and then you crash? And that's what's bad for your body, because your body can't keep a consistent energy line. So if you just have a smoothie and it doesn't have all the elements that you need to keep this line, your glucose and energy level are not going to be at its best. So that's my opinion. Am I guilty of having smoothies? Oh yeah, all the time, because there's times where I just don't want to eat. I smell food all day and I'm like, ugh. but I do make sure that I put good protein in it that's natural and clean. A whey protein, egg white protein, whatever works for you. Like I said, don't let anybody tell you what's working for you. Find it, search it. Remember, that was one of my things is like, your body is very individual, of course, within the guidelines of whatever your primary care physician tells you. But you definitely should go with your taste buds and whatever works for you. But just try to keep a balanced meal because you're nourishing yourself and you're making yourself better in order to stay strong and healthy, right? Okay, so I hope that answered your question. Okay, how do you feel about smoothies? Okay, that was the question. And lunch was great. I'm so glad. What was your favorite part about lunch? Somebody said the cupcakes, right? Okay, what else am I looking at? My eyes is so funny. You know what happens with that? Who's an expert on that? Why do your eyeballs like leave your ability to work one day? Always say thank you. Yes, thank you is so important. And again, our children are watching, and so when they watch and they tell us what they need, and you could tell them whatever you do, but they're going to emulate us. The chocolate mousse cake was super delicious. I know, I had one of those yesterday. They are so good. I have to get on my bicycle today. It was so worth it. I think I'll get on my bicycle and then I'll eat one of the fruit tarts. I'm gonna have to scour the kitchen to make sure I still have some. Does anybody have questions regarding? I have one more cookbook. Does anybody remember my dad's name? That's the secret question. I said my dad's name, and I wanted to see if anybody remembered what it was. And then you get a cookbook. Dad. My dad's name was Dad, no Dr. Verda. My dad's name wasn't Dad. Come on. You know what? The funny thing is, we did not even call him Dad. We call him, come up with it. Because he said he was too sexy to be a grandpa, so he used to make us call him by his first name. So that's why, so he's really funny. And that's where I get my sense of humor from. Papi. No, his name was not Poppy. Come on. Poppy. I like the way you spelled it, Poppy. Nobody knows his name. What's his name? What's my dad's name? Come on, guys. And we'll see. Did I say it? Maddox, did I say it? Ooh, I did not say it. Oh, I did not say it. Okay. Did I say my puppy's name? Did I say my puppy's name? Did anybody pay attention to that? No? No. You did not say puppy.
Yes, you did.
Oh, she said, my son says I did say puppy, my puppy's name. My dad's name, by the way, is Louis. Yes, she did. Somebody said, I did say my puppy's name. If somebody remembers my puppy's name, we have the last cookbook for you. And then it's a famous actor. He's super hot. What else? Give me one clue, Max. That's not going to give it away. Okay. Maddox's clue. Maddox is my son. There you go. Keanu, Tuwanda, you are amazing. Did the hotness give it away? Was that it? Was that it? The hotness, right? I know, right? Okay, then you are the winner of my last cookbook. Okay, this is the big one. I am going to give away 1 week free of Chef Nourish meals. This is a surprise. Da-da-da-dun. And what it includes is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 snacks delivered straight to your door. If you tell me in one word, why you should be the recipient of a $455 free week of meals delivered to you in one word. Okay, I'm going to give it 3 minutes. Ready, set, go. In one word, why do you think you need or deserve or want or desire a free week, $455 delivered fresh to your door, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks daily? Divorce, grateful, shingles, resilient, nourishing, believe, I'm inspired, humble, strong, hungry. We're going to have Maddox pick this one.
Oh, God.
Luis, courage, thankful. What do you think, Maddox? What's your favorite? What's calling your attention? Nourishing, empowered, gratitude, fantastical, We'll give it to a friend who really needs it now.
I think that's more than one word.
That's more than one word. I like it, but it's more than one word. Positive, positive. Come on, guys, give me something that's gonna throw me off my chair. Eagle. Malnourished. Love. Single. I like single.
Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Sexy.
Sexy. Who's the sexy one?
That's
Jessica. Jessica, you rock. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Blessed, famous, miraculous, grieving. Oh,
Give me something that would be on your SAT.
Fabulous. Yeah, just one word. Why should I send you? You guys had the lunch today. Why should I send you 1 week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2 snacks, one word. Delectable, marvelous. I love that. Grateful, needy, love, caregiver, nourishment, committed, appreciative. I don't know. It's between the sexy, committed. Which one stands out in your mind, Maddox? Hungry.
Number 1.
Encouraging, old, compassion. What do you think, Maddox?
I think Jessica was sexy.
All right. That's it. You want to know why? I agree with you. Want to know why? Because
self-empowering.
It's self-empowering. It's right. You know what? That's right. You want all this? You want all of this? Jessica was like, because I got all this. I am sexy. She got this. She's staying strong. If she says I am sexy, she just stayed strong. She stayed smart. Okay, I'm gonna see if I could pick a 3-day plan. How does that? Compassion, deserving, bless. Okay, and then I think the second one I'm gonna pick, and this is for 3-day plan, is eagle. So Jessica with the sexy, and then the one person who said eagle is the person that said that they're going to soar. So that shows promise and potential for where you're going next. And you are going to only be living and eating stuff that nourishes your body. And so I am so happy to see the slew of texts that came in, because I hope with today's presentation, I was able to change and empower and motivate you to stay strong, stay healthy. Remember, guys, renew, restore, wake up, reinvent yourself. Don't apologize. And you have to move. You have to ask the experts, and you have to keep looking for what works for you. Okay? And love what you do, because if you do, you're going to be successful. You're going to be passionate. And if you're passionate, you're successful. All of you are winners, because everybody who answered today was able to stop and think about what was important. And hopefully you can take your one word and change today for the better. Thank you guys for being here today. And you're beautiful, all of you. You're sexy and fly like an eagle. How do we do this? Yay.
Thank you so much, Chef Lala. That was just wonderful. That was inspiring. Thank you so much. Oh my God, what a day we have had. And you were a large part of that, providing healthy foods for us. So thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
And I want to thank all the guests as we've come to the close of our conference. I want to thank every single one of our guests that attended. You made this possible. Our sponsors, I thanked you earlier today. The executive team, I thanked you earlier, and the leadership team, I thanked you earlier. But it bears mentioning again, we are so thankful. We are so grateful to you for allowing us to put this on. You helped us. The people who set up the booths, the people who worked on the technology, the technicians that we had today helping us through this process, the folks who worked on the script, the photographer, the book for our conference book. We're just so really thankful for you. And remember, this is just a launch of the 2020 celebration. Yes, we're celebrating 20 years, but because of the pandemic, we can't be out among each other. So we are prayerfully saying, okay, August 2021, we're going to be together. We're going to be on site. We're going to have another phenomenal conference. We're going to honor Methodist Hospital and Cliff Daniels for their sponsorship, as we've done in the past for other sponsors. So it'll be Methodist Hospital at the 2021 event. If you didn't receive all that you should have, we'll check on that and see what we can do to fix that situation, because we want this to be an experience that you'll love and you'll come back. And by the way, we had over 400 people who attended the conference via a virtual platform. That is amazing. That is, especially since it's our very first one. So we're really, really thankful to you all. And on behalf of Lena Kennedy, her executive team, the leadership team, all of the sponsors, thank you so very much. We've enjoyed having you. And so enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend. Have happy holidays. Stay safe. Keep your family safe. Love on each other, even if it's by long distance phone call or Zoom call, or like some of the drive-bys. You know, we've been doing drive-bys for birthday celebrations, and we just drive by and put the signs on the car and wave and honk the horn. Whatever you can do to celebrate your friends and your family, we would thankfully appreciate it. So be safe, everybody. And I'm going to sign out now. Bye-bye.